Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my amazing channel. So today I decided to make a semolina bread, 100% semolina flour bread. No additional wheat flour in this recipe, just 100% semolina bread. I was amazed that this came out super soft and very delicious. Like you just need to try this recipe. Watch this video to the end and let me know how you feel about this recipe. So I started by measuring out 1.5 cup of semolina flour, like up to 330 grams of semolina flour. So for those that may be asking, what is semolina flour? This is the exact semolina flour I use, Honeywell semolina flour that you use to make your swallow. So to that I added half teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of instant dry yeast, okay, then 2 to 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. If you want more sugar, you can make it up to 4 tablespoons. It's your choice. So after adding that, I made sure that I mixed everything thoroughly, then make a little well at the center of this, and then added my liquid milk. If you don't want to use liquid milk, you can use powdered milk, and if you're using powdered milk, that means you're going to increase the quantity of water or the volume of water a little. So I use 1/8 cup of liquid milk in this recipe, and to that I added 140 grams of room temperature water. Room temperature water is the normal water that you drink, that you use without freezing, without refrigeration and all that. So I added 140 grams of room temperature water. So after adding the water and mixing thoroughly, I added the last cup of my semolina flour, which is half cup or 93 grams of semolina flour. This is because I wanted to make 2 cups, so I don't want to add everything at once, and also I don't want to make mistake in adding too much of water in this recipe. Okay, now I grease my work surface with vegetable oil, just lightly grease my work surface with vegetable oil, transfer everything onto the work surface and start to knead this. Guys, you need to knead this thoroughly. Like, you have to follow the kneading processes you see me use in this video. Every bit of it counts. Like, when you start mixing it, you will find that it will be sticking to your hands. Okay, don't make any attempt to add extra semolina flour to it. Yes, just use your scraper to scrape your hand, to scrape your work surface, and if it's too sticky, you can just apply a little vegetable oil to your palms and keep on working. So I added 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil at this point. So you have to add a tablespoon of vegetable oil at some intervals while you are kneading this dough, okay, because you need kind of oil to moisten the dough as well. So you'll be adding a tablespoon of oil once at a time at intervals, like up to 2 times. Okay, that means you need like 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil for this dough. Then the rest of the vegetable oil you will be needing are the ones you'll be rubbing on your palms and the one you'll be rubbing on the work surface to keep everywhere moist and not sticky. Okay, now I use almost all my kneading method to soften this dough because I'm not using a machine. So if you're using a machine, fine, it will work quite easier and faster. So I kept on hitting on the work surface, kneading and stretching and all that. So but at a point when you find out that your dough has come together, just cover it for a few minutes, up to 5 to 10 minutes, then you come back to it again and knead a little more time. Okay, this is to help the dough to relax and get everything that it needs to become stretchy and kind of get that gluten that a normal flour will give you. So after the 10 minutes of rest, you have to knead this dough again. Like I said, you can see I'm using almost every method I have. I have used the heating on the work surface method. I have used the stretching, like using your rolling pin to roll out and bring it back again. And now you can see I'm using the heating method. All this I'm doing is to make sure that I soften this dough to the best of this is softness because you want this dough to be very soft and stretchy to the extent that when you bake this bread, it's not going to be breaking apart or going to be so crumbly and all that. Okay, so that's what basically we want. So you can see at this point the dough is bouncy, is soft, is stretchy, is okay. Transfer into the greased bowl and also grease the top of the dough. Then you're going to cover this and set it aside to rest or to proof for at least 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes depending on the temperature or humidity of your area. Okay, now after 1 hour you can see how this dough it has proven so well. You need to always grease or oil your work surface and your hands. This will help to make the work easier for you. Okay, yeah, because you're not working with a normal flour that you can just use, normal wheat flour that you can just use flour to dust and all that. So this is a very delicate flour. So you can see how soft, how smooth my dough is. So you have to go ahead and just knead this or heat this a little more time, to soften it more. Then you go ahead and cut the dough, then you weigh the dough. I cut the dough 400 grams and the remaining 103 grams. That means this dough gave me a total of 503 grams. So go ahead and roll out this dough and fold it up. Then transfer into my 7 by 4 inches greased loaf pan. And this little one, the 103 grams one, I just cut it into 3 smaller parts and then fold them into round small balls. Basically, this is what I did, and you have to transfer this into your baking pan or your bread pan or your loaf pan and then cover it to rest for at least 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours depending on the temperature and humidity of your area. And after 1 hour 30 minutes, my bread is ready. It has proven so well, so I was ready to bake this bread. After removing the cover, I brush the top with some water and then sprinkle some sesame seed on it. But if you don't want to do this part, as your bread has proven to this extent, you can just go ahead and bake it. You don't need to do any other ceremony. But I just dare to brush it with some water and sprinkle some sesame seed on it. Okay, for that extra attraction and beauty. So while I'm doing all this, my oven was heating up, so I popped this in the oven and baked in my preheated oven at 180 degrees C, 180 degrees C for 45 minutes. Yeah, the big one baked for 45 minutes while the other one baked for 25 minutes, the little ones. And my bread came out very well, like so you will discover that once you are done baking this bread, the top of the bread will look kind of crusty and kind of strong or hard. You don't need to bother yourself. Just go ahead, brush the top with some butter or margarine, take the bread out of the pan and allow it to cool down completely. So once your bread is completely cooled, you have to kind of wrap it up. You need to wrap this bread up, okay, because you want it to get in all those moisture or moistness and also become more softer. So once you wrap the bread up, then after maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, or even overnight, depending on the time you made the bread, you will discover that the bread is going to be very soft, super soft, and easy for you to kind of enjoy this. So go ahead now, slice this bread at this point and enjoy. You can use this as a toasted bread for your sandwiches, and you can also go ahead and use it to enjoy your beverages, like so please, I want you to try this recipe and let me know in the comment section how it turned out for you. And if you're just meeting us for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to this amazing channel. Also, like, comment and share this video. And don't forget to click on that notification bell so you always be the first to get my videos whenever I make an upload. Thank you for all the amazing feedbacks to all my subscribers. I'm super grateful. And also don't forget, we have a super thanks. If you want to support this channel, click on that super thanks below and give us that great support. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Let me go and enjoy my semolina bread. Bye bye.